Imagine standing before a choice no one should ever have to make. You could stay where it's safe, where everyone looks like you, where no one questions where you belong. Or you could swim through hell, 1,000 miles, past waves as tall as a 5-story building, through waters so cold they could kill you in minutes, all just to get home. A home that society says you don't belong in. This is not a story about humans, but it speaks volumes about us, about what we call home, about the invisible walls we build, about who is welcome and who has to fight just to stay. Today, I'm taking you to the end of the earth, to Antarctica, where nature doesn't care about the color of your skin, your gender, or where you were born. And there, you will witness a lesson that we, as a human race, are still failing to learn. This female Rockhopper penguin is swimming alone across the Southern Ocean. She is less than 2 feet tall. It's her first time finding a mate. And ahead of her, on the Falkland Islands, the males have already staked out the best spots. She's late. But there's a much bigger problem. To get home, she must overcome something that most creatures would die just trying to attempt: the Falkland coastline. The waves here are not normal waves. They are up to 20 feet high, as tall as a 2-story building. They crash onto sharp rocks with enough power to crush bone. And timing is everything. The first wave of penguins makes their final approach to shore. One leaps. The water tosses her around like a rag doll. Another crashes right into the rock, but she gets up, runs, escapes. Our penguin is waiting, watching, calculating, but she can't wait forever. The best males will be taken before sundown. It's time. She swims into the most dangerous zone. A wave lifts her, higher, higher, then slams down with the full weight of the ocean. She loses her bearings. The current drags her, rocks everywhere. She can't breathe. Even a penguin can drown. But then, another wave lifts her. She sees the land. One final jump, and she is on the shore. Staggering, bruised all over, but alive. But that was the easy part. And what awaits her next will make you question everything you thought you knew about the meaning of home. She survived the ocean. Now what? She has to climb a sheer 300-foot cliff. Remember, she's less than 2 feet tall, no wings to fly, just 2 short legs and a will that refuses to quit. The penguins of generations past wore this path down thousands of years ago. Tiny footprints etched into the rock. This is the way home. She starts to climb, hops, clings, slips, falls, gets up, climbs again. Some simply can't hold on. They fall and must start over. She has to execute every step perfectly. One mistake means a 300-foot drop onto the rocks. She's almost there. Just a few more steps. A loose rock. She slips, but grabs on, pulls herself up. And she's standing on the peak. 6 months crossing the ocean. 6 months facing death every day. To get here, to get home. No one wants her here. But there's a problem. As she steps into the colony, she realizes a terrible truth. Most of the males are already paired up. She's late. And in this world, being late means being left behind. But it's more than that. Something else is wrong. She wants to bathe, clean herself after 6 months at sea, just like every other penguin is doing at the penguin spa, a small pool of water the entire colony shares. But when she approaches, the other penguins look at her. One squawks, another lunges, trying to drive her away. There's a silent order here, a hierarchy, and as a newcomer, an outsider, she stands at the very bottom. But she swam 1,000 miles to get here. She's not backing down now. This is the moment I want you to pay attention to. Because what happens next speaks volumes more than we realize about the concept of belonging. She stands her ground against the penguins, trying to drive her out. She's not bigger. She's not stronger. But she has one thing they don't. She knows she belongs here. And sometimes, that's all you need. She doesn't retreat. She confronts them, squawks back, stands tall, and slowly, they yield. Not because she won, but because she refused to be beaten. But being allowed to stay is only the start. Because in this world, you don't just have to fight to be welcome. You have to fight every single day, just to survive. After her bath, she begins her search. Scanning the colony, she sees most males are coupled. Pairs are building nests, preparing for the breeding season. She should have bathed faster. But then she sees him, a male standing alone. Not the biggest looking choice, not the strongest. But there's something about him. He is looking at her too. They approach each other. Silence at first. Then he begins his call. A specific sound that only Rockhopper penguins understand. She answers. And in that instant, among thousands of other penguins, they find each other. A perfect match. No one told them they should be together. No one gave approval. They just knew. This is the beautiful thing about nature. No one steps in to say, you don't belong with her. No one says, she came from the wrong sea. No one cares that she nearly died crossing those waves. They just see each other, and that is enough. But now, the real race begins. They have only a few short summer months to raise a family. And every day that passes is one less day to prepare for the brutal winter ahead. No time to waste. They must start now. But while our Rockhopper couple is building their nest, on the other side of the island, a completely different story is unfolding. And it shows us a dark side to staying home. The Gentoo penguins. Unlike the Rockhoppers, these Gentoos are non-migratory. They live here year-round. They don't have to swim 1,000 miles. They just commute every day, out to sea for fish and back home. Simple life. Easy life. But there is a price. The southern sea lions know their schedule. Every day, same time, the Gentoo penguins swim out to sea along the same path. And every day, the sea lions are waiting. Today is no exception. A group of Gentoo penguins are swimming home. They are tired after a long day. They just want to get back to their families. But they don't know that right beneath them, in the shallow water, the sea lion pack has set up an ambush. This is something rarely filmed before. The sea lions hunt penguins as a coordinated team. One penguin spots the danger, tries to swim faster, but it is too late. A sea lion lunges from below. In a flash, it clamps the penguin in its jaws, shakes its head violently. The water turns red. The other penguins panic, swimming frantically in all directions, but the sea lions have them surrounded. They hunt and kill over 10 penguins every day. One final penguin tries to make it past. Swimming at full speed, the sea lion chases. Closer, but closer. But then, the penguin leaps onto a rock, escapes. He survives, this time. But tomorrow, he will have to do it again. And the day after, every day of his life. This is the cost of staying home and never leaving. You become predictable. Easy to hunt, easy to attack. Perhaps our Rockhopper chose correctly. Maybe sometimes, having to fight your way home makes you appreciate it more. But not everyone fights to get home. One creature has flown 70,000 miles this year. And he is about to teach us the most profound lesson about love you will ever hear. If you thought 1,000 miles was far, meet this guy. The male wandering albatross. His wingspan is over 10 feet, the largest of any bird on Earth. And this year, he has flown 70,000 miles. circumnavigating Antarctica twice. Not because he's lost, not because he has no home, but because he is gathering enough food to sustain his family. But now, finally, he is flying home to South Georgia Island, where she is waiting, his mate. They have been together for over a decade. Every year, same place, same time, they meet. Build a nest, raise a single chick, then he flies off, and she flies off. No contact, no idea where the other is. But the next year, they find each other again. Across 8 million square miles of ocean, they always find their way back to one another. He lands on South Georgia. His massive wings don't allow him to land just anywhere. He has to walk the final stretch. Every step is heavy. He is exhausted after thousands of miles of flight. But he keeps going, because she's there. He arrives at their meeting spot, the old nest, where they have raised a chick every other year. He looks around. She's not here. He waits. An hour, 2 hours. The sun begins to set. She should be here. They are always on time, but she does not appear. Every year, fewer females return. Industrial fishing is killing the albatross. Long lines and hooks drag them to the ocean floor, silently, unseen. And because the females fly closer to the coast than the males, they are being hit the hardest. This is the #1 cause of death for the wandering albatross today. Not poaching, not climate change, but the hooks we cast into the sea for our dinner. A week of waiting. A day passes. Then 2, 3 days. He doesn't fly off. He doesn't seek another mate. They've been together too long. He can't give up on her. Day 7. He begins to lose hope. But then, a shadow in the sky. Huge wings. Slow flight. Weary. It's her. She flew thousands of miles. Avoided the storms. Dodged the fishing boats. And she made it home. She lands. Slowly. Walks to him. And when they see each other, he begins to dance. The same dance they did when they first met over 10 years ago. Their necks entwined, their bills softly touching. The sound of reunion, the sound of love. This is not just instinct, not just biology. This is what we call love. A bond so strong it can traverse thousands of miles of ocean, a year of separation, and the danger of a changing world. They found each other again, and now they can begin their greatest journey, raising a family. But while love can conquer distance, it cannot fight what's coming next. And what happens now will test every family here to the limit. Let's return to our Rockhopper penguin. Her job is almost done. Her chick is almost 4 months old now. Its feathers are sleek, its muscles strong. It is ready for a life at sea. But there is one final hurdle. It has never swum before. And to get to the ocean, it has to climb down that 300-foot cliff. The day has come. The mother leads the way, beginning her descent down the familiar paths. The chick follows, slower, uncertain. Other chicks are moving too. Some still in that awkward phase. A bit of downy fluff still clinging to them, not quite adult, not quite baby. Teenagers, even in penguins. Her chick looks sleeker. She did well. They reach the shore. The waves are crashing against the rocks, hard, loud. The chick looks down, then back at its mother. She steps close to the edge, waits for a wave, and dives in. The chick stands there, watching her swim away. It wants to follow, but it's afraid. Other chicks jump in. 1, 2, 3. But hers remains. Maybe it's better to let someone else go first. The mother swims further out, looks back. Her chick is still on the shore. And then, she does something every parent understands. Sometimes love is not about protecting your child from danger. Sometimes love is about pushing them into it, because it's the only way they will ever learn. She swims close, and with a gentle nudge, She pushes her chick into the water. The first leap. The chick tumbles in. The water is cold, salty, unfamiliar. It panics, flails. But then, instinct takes over. Its feet begin to paddle. Its wings flap underwater. And it is swimming. Not perfectly. Not a 10 out of 10. But it is swimming. Mother swims beside it, guiding, encouraging. And slowly they swim away from the shore, away from the safety of the island, into the open ocean. She will never see her chick again. This is the way of the Rockhopper. Once the chick is at sea, it's on its own. No goodbyes, no final hugs, just a moment, swimming together. Then she turns back, swims toward the shore, and her chick swims away to the fishing grounds. One day, it will return here to start a family of its own. But this place will always be home. So, after all of this, what does home really mean? We started with the female Rockhopper. She swam 1,000 miles to a place she'd never been before. No one told her this was home. No one gave her a name. But she knew. We met the Gentoo penguins. They never leave. They stay home year-round. And they face danger every single day because of that choice. We flew with the wandering Albatross, flying 70,000 miles, through storms, past human dangers, all to get back to the one we loved. And we swam with the Orcas, creatures who look different from other orcas. But they don't care. They find ways to adapt. They teach their young. They survive. So what is home? It's not the place you were born. It's not the place where everyone looks like you. It's not the safest place. Home is the place you choose to fight for. Home is the place you are willing to swim through hell just to get back to. Home is the place where, no matter what you look like, you find a way to belong. And this is what we, as humans, need to learn. In Antarctica, no one asks, "Where are you from?" No one says, "You look different. You don't belong here." No one builds walls and says, "This is for people like us, not for people like you." But we do. We draw borders. We say, "This is my country, not yours." We look at people who are different and say, "You don't fit in." We build barriers, not of stone, but of prejudice, of fear, of racial ideas about who should be where. And we call it protecting our way of life. But look at the Rockhopper. She swam 1,000 miles, climbed 300 feet of rock, not because she was born there, but because that is where she belonged. And when she got there, no one questioned where she came from. They just saw another penguin, a member of the colony, a part of home. This is the story no one tells about Antarctica. They talk about the ice, the cold, the brutality. But no one talks about the greatest lesson this place teaches us. That home is not about keeping others out. It's about welcoming those who are willing to fight for it. That difference, whether it's a different color, a different language, or a different birthplace, matters less than your determination to belong. And that sometimes, the ones who fight the hardest to get home are the ones who appreciate it the most. And that is the lesson we, with all our intelligence, technology, and civilization, have yet to learn. You see, Antarctica is not a cold, unfeeling wasteland. It is a place filled with great love stories, relentless struggles for survival, and biological mysteries that science is only beginning to uncover. If you are moved by these stories of love, perseverance, and overcoming harsh limitations, hit that like button right now. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, we'll continue to delve deeper into other mysteries of the Earth. See you in the next episode.